Welcome everyone to another vlog, and I figured it was fitting to start this vlog in a very nice California looking area. This is the Santa Clara University campus, my alma mater, and figured it would be a great spot to do this video. So as you probably read from the title, this is the Why I'm Leaving California vlog. There have been a lot of these types of videos, and I thought I'm going to probably be doing the same thing, so I'll make my own about this. As you can see, face coverings are required on this campus right now, so we must abide, both. It's for everyone's health anyway, so I might as well, of course, do it. But that is why I'm wearing the mask. As you should in really any outdoor space, especially with people. Although it's pretty empty here today, which is why I figured it'd be a great time to do this video and to chat. I actually changed this. This is Palm Drive. Very nice. Leads right up to Mission Santa Clara. Right behind me. They actually changed this. This used to all be a road. It used to be farmland as far as the eye could see. Back to the Future reference. Oh, my mask snapped. Okay, we're gonna have to be real creative the rest of the time we're here. This used to all be a road, and cars used to come through here, and they made it all pedestrian now, so it looks very nice. You can actually walk around like this. Oh, glad my mask snapped right at the beginning of this, but we'll make do. Maybe my sunglasses. They look like the Invisible Man, but maybe those will hold it in place. These medical masks don't always do the trick. Let's see if that holds it, hopefully. Now you can really not see me. I look very mysterious. Wanted to show my eyes at least, but you know, we gotta keep this mask on now that the string came off. But anyway, why I'm leaving California. So, like I said, I've seen a lot of these videos, and you know, I've actually lived in California, been in California, that was really cooking, my entire life. I grew up in the Bay Area, where I currently reside, and lived for a little over a year in Burbank, California, in my attempt to make it in the entertainment business. I'm going to do a video with the friend I lived with in LA soon. We're going to do a Skype recording. He's out in Arizona now, but you'll see that soon, a little summary of that. But I was trying to get into TV. I wanted my own TV show. YouTube just launched the year I was in LA. And, well, let's hope this stays on, like I said. So, lived my whole life in California. And it's a beautiful state. I mean, look at this setting behind me. I mean, here it is. Like how this is just so... I'll stop commenting on this, but this mask is really not working. I mean, here it is. It's December. I'm wearing a jacket that I don't really need. I'm wearing shorts. The weather is really unbeatable, probably in the US. Well, one second while I fix this. Okay, I fixed it. Did a little knot. We're good. As I was saying, the weather is, I mean, you can see it. Well, I guess it's almost December. It's November 30th as I record this, but it really is super nice weather. I'd say probably in the country, especially in the Bay Area. I mean, we have occasional rainstorms, and that's about the extent of it. And of course, very rarely earthquakes. Very rarely again. And then, as of late, the latest thing, wildfires, which are sadly increasing. And so those tend to come in the late summer. But anyway, other than that, I mean, it's a very, very nice area. you're not really exposed to the elements. You can just step outside. It's great for people like me who are outdoorsy, who like to exercise, who like to go places, and you're not cooped up, which is key for me. So, stepped on the grass and I feel like I'm not supposed to, but I did. So that's, you know, a key reason why people love living here, why it's hard for us natives to get used to anywhere else and to leave, really. Coming up on Mission Santa Clara. I'll give you a quick rundown of this mission right now, then we'll jump back to this. This is the third iteration, I believe, of this mission. It's been moved a couple times. There was a fire for one of them. So this one, I believe, dates to 1928. Same year as Steamboat Willie. I could be wrong about that year. There's a plaque here that says a little more. It's a lot going on that plaque. It doesn't say when this version was, but I believe it was the 1920s. But pretty nice surroundings. So the mission was founded in 1777, 1 year after the Declaration of Independence. Pretty crazy to think about. Erected on this site in 1822, and I was correct that it was restored in 1928. So that's when this version of the mission came into being. And you've got St. Clair, Santa Clara, the mission's namesake, right in the center there above the door. But yes, it is very hard to leave California. I've had lots of family here, of course, because I grew up here. Lots of friends here. So, and of course I film my comedy videos with my cousin Kevin here on the other channel. So it is not the easiest decision to leave. So of course it is hard to leave somewhere when you basically spent almost your whole life there. But, you know, I want to see new places for sure. I have been pretty limited in this area for this channel in terms of, I mean, there's a lot of like beautiful hiking. There are beaches, the scenery is super nice. But a little change of scenery would also be welcome. I love seeing new places, experiencing new things. And I do like to, believe it or not, people would probably be like, no you don't, but I do. I do like to shake things up a little bit. I like steadiness, but I also, this is something I've been contemplating for a long time. And then with COVID coming in, it gave me, and I think a lot of people, a chance to really reflect on, you know, what their situation was, what they were doing. Oh, I got a little distracted. You can actually see through the adobe wall. Let's look at the adobe wall real quick. Another quick fun fact is that this adobe wall is the oldest thing on campus, I believe. Dates back to the 1700s. So you can tell it's even kind of leaning. But nice little piece of history here on campus. Wonder what these were for. Looks cooking related. But again, little fun fact. Alright, back to the topic at hand. Alright, anyway. So that was, again, a little lesson. A little bit of history here. But it just felt like a few things. Like, I've had a lot of friends leave this area. A lot of people, the Bay Area is extremely expensive to live in. The average, like, just standard home, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family home, It's about $1.5 million at a minimum, it seems. You can get them sometimes less, but usually around that. This is an extremely expensive area to live in. There's a lot of high-paying, high-tech companies that are here. So people who work in those and who are engineers tend to thrive very well over here. But it's hard, it's very expensive. I did recently quit my job this past summer. Maybe I'll do a video about that one day. We'll see. But between that and I was like the cost of living, California is very, very expensive. A lot of what I was also gonna go do, you know, with both friends, traveling and family, and even for filming, is also closed right now. Because the state is doing what it needs to do, but it's probably among, I think, in the worst shape. I don't know, it's so bad right now for every state, but many things will be closed for a long time. So with all of that, and then wanting to go somewhere new, I have family up in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm very strongly considering that, which I've been thinking about for a very long time. Probably head up there. There's like very, very, very small chance somewhere on the East Coast. I also occasionally, very, very briefly, like 1% of the time, thought about, my family's originally from Hawaii, thought about going back there, but that's also a very expensive state. Although apparently the happiest, and they live the longest. Supposedly. But, yeah, between kind of being ready for change, the high cost of living here, many of my close friends, and even my family have left this area. Like, a lot of us were native to the Bay Area, but they've had to leave because, again, of the high costs of living here. So, it's a very kind of transient area now. And given that, it's like, well, I'd love to come back and visit, of course. I do plan. I had this great plan in November to go down to Southern California and film a few things there, a few new spots. Still plan to do that next year, hopefully, maybe by spring next year. But sometime in 2021, the odds are very high. I will be moving out of California. I will be visiting again, a very large amount, I'm sure, but probably moving out of the state. And I've seen a lot of videos relating to this, and I thought I'd share my perspective as a native, as someone who's lived here his whole life, on that. And unsurprisingly, I think what it really comes down to is a few things. Because, like, cost is number one, and because of the high cost, that has this domino effect on other aspects of life. Again, with many people kind of constantly moving in and out of the area, it's very hard to sustain being in the area unless you're very wealthy. And so, given that, that's kind of like the high-level summary. And being ready for new sights, new experiences. I think it's just so good to see new places, live somewhere new. I think that'll freshen things up a bit too. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of why. But it will be hard. As I said, it's a very nice area. This weather is unbeatable. That's why Californians were very weak. I will miss other things too, like In-N-Out Burger. I think it's heading up to like Oregon right now, I believe, slowly making its way across the US. Kind of like California specific things. We also have, it's all food related, we have Super Duper Burger, which is very good. There's a decent amount of, not a decent amount, I mean, we have really good theme parks, and I'm a huge theme park fan. I love national parks, we have a lot of those, a lot of mountains for hiking. Kind of the key theme parks are in Southern California though, which is about a 6-hour drive from where I am located. So it's no easy task getting down there. If you fly, it is, so that's of course more expensive. But driving, it's just Disneyland's like 7 hours away. I miss Disneyland a lot, of course, if I haven't mentioned that. So there will be many things I will miss. But I think the newness, the freshness of a new experience will be helpful too. And there are beautiful areas if I end up in the Pacific Northwest. Oregon, very likely, the most likely. Very beautiful hiking areas. There's a nice coastline. There's just more of an element of weather. Not as extreme, I think, as the East Coast, but they do get way more rain, of course, overcast, and very occasionally snow. I've been there for that. So that'll be weird for me too. I rarely see snow nowadays. But if you live somewhere that you're like, this is a really cool place, and you actually want to comment on this video, please comment. Don't get tons of comments on this channel, but the views are starting to go up, which is nice. So if you have a really nice place in mind, I've had friends move to North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas. I'm kind of eyeing again the Pacific Northwest, just going up this coast more. If you have thoughts on like great place to live, especially for outdoorsy people and for vloggers who like to show off unique places, and especially things like theme parks, things like that, let me know. That would be a very ideal place to be. But anyway, I will keep you posted on this. We'll see where I end up in 2021. But hopefully you found this helpful, useful. I, again, saw videos related to this and wanted to also just share my take on this, because I think a lot of people are leaving the Golden State, and some people are moving here too. I think even though there's been a big exodus, I think we still have a huge number of people moving into the state. But it's changed a lot, especially the Bay Area. The sun's right behind me. I need to turn around. It's changed a lot in the last, even like 10 years. Probably, definitely 20 years. Well, I'll leave you with one more shot of the Mission. And of course the palm tree. All things very California. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to this channel if you can, if you like. I have a range of videos, from things like just talking like this, just doing hangouts, hanging out with friends both in person and of course because of COVID, virtually, and then random travel videos as well. Hopefully they're entertaining to you, so feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.